Hi everyone, Matt from More Podiatry Patients. You might notice it says Google Algorithm Proof on my shirt. Now that is what I aim for every single person that does my course or who engages me to help them with their clinic website to become. But I wondered, is it even possible, and what would it take to become Google Algorithm Proof? Well, I did an experiment. I started last December. After regularly posting content, I decided to take a break where from December to May this year, so for 6 months, I would not post any new content and I would not spend a single cent on advertising, whether it's through Facebook or Google Ads or whatever, on my clinic site. And I just wanted to see, with the content that I'd built up and the traffic that I built up over that time, would it all collapse if I suddenly stopped and I stopped promoting it? And it turned out for the best. It went up. Traffic actually went up on that during that time. Traffic in the US, where I have quite a bit of traffic, and I'm looking at ways to monetize that at the moment. We're getting to the stage where we can monetize that traffic in the US. We went from below 5,000 per month to almost 20,000 visits to the pages per month to my website, practice website. Now, what's more important, of course, is my local traffic and what's happening here in Australia, Brisbane, Queensland, from where I'm from. And my local traffic also jumped. It was a more modest jump. So it went from around the 3,000 visitors per month mark to over 5,000 visitors per month at its peak. And that eased off a little bit, but I was incredibly happy with the result that happened out of that experiment. Obviously, the fear that you have that you've got to constantly be pumping things in, or all of your traffic will. So you can imagine how happy I was, because there was this fear that, okay, all that work that I'd done over the last few years to build that traffic up would totally be destroyed and I'd be wiped out. So why did my traffic go up? Well, I think you've got to look at two things. One is what Google does and why they make algorithm updates, and then the approach that I took to building the traffic on my website. I'll start with Google. What Google does, now Google has been number one, and not just number one, but absolute massive proportion of all of the traffic or search traffic on the internet worldwide goes through Google, except for a few countries like maybe China and some others. But how do they do that? How do they stay at number one? You could say, okay, they've got the biggest budgets, they've got the most people working for them. But Microsoft produced Bing, and Bing has never seriously challenged Google's dominance in this space. Now, obviously Google got in first, and I think that probably is a big part of it, and they got people used to using Google. But so what is Google's goal when they make an algorithm change? They are trying to weed out the websites that are trying to trick people to going to their website with either actual fraud, or it could just be that they've got very thin content that's stuffed with keywords but really has no value for the person who's searching for information on what they need, in our case, foot pain, ankle pain, all that sort of thing. So there is a lot of people that will always try and trick the system. So Google, someone has said that they make around 200 small algorithm changes per year, and then they'll make their really big updates. And a lot of websites get absolutely smashed with those updates. They lose a lot of their traffic. The reason is because they haven't used a sound system for for drawing in visitors that will come back to the website every month. So that is what I have set out to do in my course, Content SEO Marketing for Podiatrists. So that is what I have set out to do in my course, Content SEO for Health Professionals. And what we do there is go through the process of finding out what people are going to search for, and that's a very involved process. Work out exactly what that person who's in your area and needs your help is going to type into Google. it's crucial that we work that out first, and then we go through the process of then using those keywords or search terms they use keywords on your site, so you use keywords to try and match the search terms that a searcher will use when they're looking for something on the web. Then provide really high quality content based on your knowledge of your profession or your area of expertise, which produce really high quality content based on that will engage people, it will teach people, it will educate them, it will educate them about what you can do for them and why you are the expert in this area and why you're the person they should go and see. So it does all of that, but it also makes them want to come back again to your website. And sometimes they're just early searchers and they're trying to work out, do I need somebody involved here? But what we ultimately want is that we have nurtured those searchers so that when they go to call or to book online, they choose your website to do it and ultimately your business to do that. And that is exactly what I teach people how to do. I had to learn it the hard way. I had a great friend in Matt Power who sadly passed away a couple of years ago, but he taught me a lot of the basics and a lot of the reasons why So he taught me a lot of the basics and a lot of the way that Google works and the reasons that Google makes their algorithm updates. So he taught me how Google works basically and taught me why they make their updates. He taught me about white hat SEO, which is what we do, which is the proper trying to help people SEO, and black hat SEO, which is where people are trying to game the system and to get to number one, either to sell shonky products that aren't what the person's looking for or for some other purpose, whether it's mining information or whatever. And so I learned this and I got stuck into it myself and read as much as I possibly could. I did a lot of experimentation with my own site to see what would work and what would not work. And ultimately I started to get the results I wanted. But there were lots of things along the way that I could have avoided if I'd known, and that's what I teach people as well. I teach you those shortcuts so that you don't have to take as long as I did. You don't have to go through all those hoops of failing to succeed, although there will be some of that along the way in any case. So coming up to the end of this financial year, from today until June 30th, 2023, it's on again the 40% discount on our Content SEO for Podiatrists marketing course. You go to the website morepodiatrypatients.com.au, or you can follow the links here, and it will take you step by step along the way to making sure that your website, your clinic website, becomes Google algorithm proof, that you can be sure that you are nurturing the right people who will want to use your services, and you will be able to grow your clinic faster. You'll be able to sustain it at a good level where you can employ people and you're not having to work as hard yourself, which is ultimately what I was trying to work out how to do. I still work as a podiatrist, but I do the hours that I want to now. I do about a day and a half a week, and I find that helps me to get the satisfaction of the job without working too hard. And after 20 years, I think it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that after 5 years. It all depends on what you want to do, of course. So if you go to click on the link, it will take you through to the sales page, which has a 40% off option up till the 30th of June 2023. The course is 100% guaranteed, satisfaction guaranteed. If you are not happy, I'm not happy, and I want to give you your money back. So it is also for life. You get this course for life, and you will get all updates to this course free of charge once you've made that original purchase. Thank you very much for your time today. I genuinely appreciate it. I really want everybody who uses the system that I've developed to get their website, their clinic website, to be Google algorithm proof. and to achieve the results that ultimately you want to achieve.